This video is to do a brief overview of Healbot and the options available. Opening the options menu, we'll start at the General tab. Here you can disable Healbot, hide your options button, basically make little changes up here. The test bars help you customize for what you're looking for. Instead of waiting until you're in the raid to change your settings, you can do this and make it look like what you want. And here's the options for the test bars. You can configure classes, which I choose not to touch. Moving on to the next tab is spells. All the spells for Healbot are bound to the mouse, and basically we'll look at the left, middle, and right just to show an example. If I left click my mouse, I cast Flash Heal. If I hold down my Shift key on my keyboard and I hit the left button, I do a Binding Heal. I don't have anyone to bind heal with. If I hold down my Alt and I click, I'm abolishing a disease. As you can see, I just cast it. The middle button, Renew. Shift click is Prayer of Mending. Now these are the default settings. The right click is Greater Heal. If I want to change this, I'm a Disc Priest, so I'm going to change this to Penance, and it should look exactly how it looks in your spellbook. Now that I've changed that, you'll see in the little info menu when I mouse over, it says right is Penance. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that I just changed that to Penance. And you can change all the spells if you'd like, but this is pretty much the presets. Smart Cast when out of combat. If you're out of combat, you can just click and Healbot will decide what is the best option. You can give them buffs, you can remove a debuff, you can heal them, but Healbot will decide what to do and what's the best option for you. This is the skin where you can customize what your bars look like. Right now I have the group skin, and it comes with a bunch of pre-made types. So just for an example, I will go to Magic. This is what Magic skin looks like. And it's down here. It moved. So that's what it looks like. Here's what the raid looks like. Now go back to group. Now, in general, click this general here. Now this is specifically relating to the group skin because that's the option that I have chosen. Here are general options to lock it, close it, etc. Going to healing, these are the different healing bars that I have. So for example, if I wanted a special bar for myself, I could click that. If I want a special bar for someone's pet, I can click that. And this is where the test bars in the general come in handy. So you can click this and it'll show you what it'll look like. Moving back to the skins. This is when you were alerted that someone needs a heal or that they're lower on health. When they're at 85%, the bar will light up like a green color. And it'll show how much health they're missing. I leave these alone. I just keep the general settings. I think Healbot did a good job of that. Incoming heals. This shows you if someone else is healing that person and for how much Healbot expects that heal to be. So that helps with overhealing. Chat, you can tell people what you're doing. I choose not to, only for resurrection. Headers, if you'd like headers, you can select that option and it'll give a little header on the top of each group saying what group is what. For example, maintain group, pet group, etc. And you can change the settings of what this looks like. Next, moving on to the bars, we have all the options for the group bars. So here you have 80 different textures to choose from, and as you can see, it changes. So you can make that look however you'd like. You can change the number of groups in each column. So right now it's 4 groups in each column. I don't want 4 groups going down. So I'm going to change that to 2 groups. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. You can change the height of the bar, the width of the bar, the space in between each row, the space in between each column, and the opacity. I just leave that as is. If you want to see the nanobars, you can increase the size. Moving on to the text. This you can have set class or color text by class. Now I'll show you what that looks like. I'll turn on the test bars. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now when I change that, the names turn into class colors. So priest, for example, etc. Moving on to the icons. You can show raid icons. So for example, if I had a big skull on me, it would show up on my bar. The hot icons, there you go, renew, it shows the icon, and you can show debuff icons, which I think kind of clutters it, so I don't do that. Now, moving on to the cure tab, you can choose to have the bar change to a different color if someone has a spell or like magic or disease on them. For example, as I'm a priest, I can cure disease and I can dispel magic. And if someone has a disease, their bar will highlight to a pink. And if someone has magic, it will highlight to a black. And I have key bindings. I believe it is Alt. Click. There you go. That's the disease. And you can choose who you monitor on. I just pick the raid. And here are the different options. Moving on, you can also monitor buffs. I'll take off my buffs to just give you a quick idea. Now I have color-coded set up for each one, and what I do on my shadow, or when I'm shadow spec, I have this set to raid so it's smaller and I keep it down here. That way I can see if everyone has my buff, and if it fell off of anyone I can recast it easily. So I'll just show you. The menu or the info box shows that I need Fort. I'll cast that. Now it says that I need Inner and Divine Spirit and Shadow Protection. And when I have all the buffs that I decide to monitor, my bar goes back to normal, which is really nice if you're in a raid. If it just happens to fall off someone, you can just recast it quickly. And you can also choose to show this in combat or out of combat. And this is just tips. This is basically what goes into your information box, and you can customize that to whatever you'd like. So that's a general overview of Healbot, and next I will show you some video of me in Wintergrasp, just to show you what it looks like in action. This is to show you what it looks like. I'm moving my Healbot now. This is to show you at the very end of Wintergrasp, we just won, and we're cleaning up the last few horde that are hanging around. I'm just going to top everyone off. I'm not really concerned with major healing right now because it's like 3 horde. So you can see that it's showing at what % people are. The health bars kind of show you as well, so you know when someone's lower, like this guy, versus someone like down here. And you see the little hot icons, like the renew, etc. I'm just going to top everyone off at the very end. As I cast, you see the renews going up. And you can see also some of the bars, you can tell that they're lower on health, but they're not in range because their bar is a lighter color. And once they come into range, then their bar highlights.